stepping you through exactly what you need to do to get your livability report done, because we've had so many disruptions that we've been doing this in chunks. It's the geography fieldwork report, assessing the livability of different parts of Coburg and surrounds. It is due next Thursday, although we will not have much more class time on this because of time constraints this term. But by the time you finish this report, you will have done these things. You will definitely have done these and these, perhaps the extension option, if that applies to you and you want to stretch yourself. But if you're up to date with the tasks that we've done so far, you will have already designed and administered your survey, and so we are going to do some analysis on the data that you've collected. And you also have engaged with a visual data analysis already using collecting 3 photos of parts of your neighbourhood. So in terms of what you are expected to complete, that is all the stuff that you will have done by the end of this report. There is a link to the rubric on this document, and by the way, you can find this document if you go to our classroom, go to classwork, and now underneath the Liveability KLT, not only can you see the instructions about designing the survey, you'll be able to access the report document, which looks like this. The rubric is also linked in here, but what I will say to you about that is that I've modified the assessment so that we can get it done. Instead of evaluating the livability factors of 2 places in detail, you will just be talking about the places that you have managed to take photos of. It's more important that we actually just apply what we've learned about livability to the data you've managed to collect via your surveys and your visual data. So you are going to write an introduction that talks about the purpose of this report, which is to look at livability factors and use hard data to connect to an analysis of these factors. You're going to be summarising what you've managed to collect in your data, and you're going to be writing up a quick council recommendation suggesting to the council how they might improve livability in the area. So if you have a look, your introduction, all you need to do is fill out this table. So you've got sentence starters to help you get this done, and then you've got the 3 locations from your visual data set. You need to just give me a little bit of a description of each of those. Then I want you to insert or draw a map, and you need to use bolts because we have covered that in class. Then we get on to the survey. First of all, you've already done this. Yay! Then what you need to do is just sort of step through here. So you've already done your surveys. Then you need to introduce your survey and tell the reader how you actually conducted it. Then I have a little bit of an explanation of how you turn your responses into a Google Sheet. And all I want you to do is add the link in here. Then you need to analyse your data by completing, this should say, 3 paragraphs on what the survey showed you. Now, your 3 paragraphs will go into this box here, and you've got some prompts about what you need to include. Visual data, you've already got it on, and many of you have already submitted this on Classroom, so just copy that straight into here, and then really brief 200-word letter to the council suggesting how they might improve livability based on the responses that you gathered in your survey, as well as what you have the visual data that you've collected as well. So you just put that in there. Of course, if you want extension, that can be found below. But if you work through this very methodically, it will not take you very long, although it looks like a lot. Everything is quite chunked, and as long as you are getting these things ticked off, you're ready to go. So you can work through from top to bottom and just make sure you're including the relevant links. I'm here to help if you need, but I reckon you'll be okay.